Greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical. Out here walking with my boy. So far he has not thrown up in 2 days, so it's like a miracle. I've been mushing up his food like baby food, and it's working, knock on wood. For you new people, my dog's dying of cancer, so I'm doing everything I can to keep him alive. Okay, like the title suggested, make no mistake about it, LMS Tactical, that's me. I support Israel 100%, I always have. So, in light of these new United Nations resolution and the way Obama and our country backstabbed Israel, I'm going to make a little video about it. Now, there's going to be a lot of comments that are going to pop in about why Israel's fucked up and how we give them too much money and fuck Jews and fuck this. It happens all the time. It'll usually digress into a big debate about religion, and I want to avoid that because just as a little matter of background, I'll tell you this much. So my father's side of the family, of course, they're all Jews. About 80% of them were slaughtered in the Holocaust. I've got pictures of a few of them. Myself, being a free-thinking man, I opted to become a Christian. I've got a cross tattooed on me, and I believe in Jesus, and when I pray, I'm praying to Jesus. Of course, the Jews believe in Jesus too, they just don't believe he was the Son of God. But again, when I talk about religion here, it's just a matter of context and to head off some stupid comments I know will come in. So, there is no shortage of people that hate Jews and hate Israel. And, you know, we could debate why that is for years. That's obviously been an ongoing debate for over 1,000 years. Even Jews hate Jews. And how do I know that? Because look how many of you stupid fucking American Jews supported Obama not once but twice. I have my own theories about that. I've made videos in the past on this channel. You can look them up. Just search word Israel or Jews in my video box. But, you know, Jews are the most fucking self-loathing motherfuckers. They're worse than white people. You know, half the white liberals are they're ashamed of being a white, and so they go around and try to overcompensate and fuck themselves. And Jews are the same way. You know, imagine if you were part of a religion or a race, and that's debatable too. I mean, there's all kinds of debates on whether it's a religion or a race. It's actually both. But if you were part of a group that so many in the world hate, and a couple countries tried to exterminate you, you know, it's conceivable that you could start having a little bit of a guilt complex. And I think that's really the big problem with a lot of Jews. You know, they're anti-gun for the most part. They try to be liberal. They want everyone to like them. I say fuck that. If you're Jewish, stand up for your fucking self and embrace your fucking rights if you're in this country, and don't give them up to some liberal fuckstick. That's what happened with Germany. Little Hitler fucking took all the guns, and next thing you know, he was killing you fucking people, and yet you still vote for a black Hitler, half black Hitler, Obama, the cocksucker. So anyways, hang on. I know I'm eating sunflower seeds. It's rude, but fuck it, you're gonna have to bear with me. Charlie, let's go. No yuckies, come on. He was sniffing around for dead deer parts. So, look, man. Again, I apologize for eating in front of you. I'm hungry, all right? We could debate the history of Israel for a year and never agree. But if you don't know the history of Israel, if you don't know the real history, then you're a fucking idiot if you draw all kinds of conclusions about how fucked up they are. I'm going to break it down and put it in a real easy context for you. This is something I came up with. I'm sure it's not an original thought, but I've been spouting this off for years because it's so fucking true. And here it is. So all you Israel haters and Jew haters, smoke this for a minute. If Israel laid down its weapons, just destroyed them all, today, every weapon, their nukes, everything, every gun, they wouldn't exist come noon tomorrow. That's a fact. You know, their neighbors have fucking written in their constitution, you know, the goal of the destruction of Israel. Now, if the so-called Palestinians and all the Arab neighbors that are all wanting to destroy Israel, come on, Char. If they all laid down their weapons today, every one of them, nothing would happen. Life would go on and everybody live in peace and harmony. That is a fucking indisputable fact. Israel is always acting in a position of defense. And if you think that they don't have a right to exist, and you want to talk about borders and the Golan Heights and all this bullshit, if you believe that, then we don't have a right to exist either. Israel was attacked one day by every single fucking bordering neighbor all at once. And they fought them off gallantly with fucking Cessnas and Molotov cocktails. And if you've never been to Israel, I have, you go to the Golan Heights. The Golan Heights is the tactical high ground. Israel is a very small country, about the size of my dick. They're very small. And they're surrounded by these giant countries that hate them and want them to disappear. When you attack somebody like that and you lose ground, that's called fucking war, man. And Israel never attacked them. So fuck them. They lost that land and that's the way it is. Jerusalem, if you go back and you study the Bible in the context of history, not religion, the Jews were in possession of Israel. Jerusalem. Long before these cockbiters decided to say that it was their sacred ground. Fuck that. Israel better never ever even think about giving up Jerusalem or dividing the city, which they've offered to do. The Israelis have made so many offers that fucked them, but tried to appease idiots in the West, like us, in Europe. And what happens? Either the assholes won't sign it, or they violate the shit and start sending fucking Katyusha rockets over the border. I was there during the height of the Second Intifada, man, and I've seen with my own eyes what happens over there with fucking missiles raining down and shit and car bombs going off and suicide bombers at bus stops killing innocent people. Second of all, let's look at Israel as a country. When you go there, the first thing you're going to see, if you haven't been there, is you're going to see a shitload of Arabs and Muslims walking around freely all throughout Tel Aviv and all the cities, Haifa, Jaffa, all of them. They live there in peace until they fucking turn nutso and start stabbing people, which happens frequently. Anybody can live in Israel. Women have the same rights as men. Women serve in the armed forces. Israel is an oasis in the middle of a shithole. They got lush lands, beautiful crops. They have some of the best desalination plants on the planet, turning all that salt water into fresh water. You go look at their fucking borders. You're standing in utopia. When you look across the minefield, you see a shithole like Syria. You see fucking Jordan, Egypt. These motherfuckers are just either they hate Jews and or they're very jealous because the Jews took a piece of sand and turned it into utopia. They're innovative. They're peace-loving. Have they fucked us over? Yeah. Hashtag USS Liberty. Pisses me off to even think about it. But have we done the same type of shit? Absolutely. We do it all the time. Doesn't make it right. But you don't punish an entire people. The Jews did not conquer Israel. They went home to Israel after they were almost completely slaughtered by Hitler and his fucking psychos. Not supporting Israel, at least agreeing that they have a right to exist, is insane. Islam, whether we choose to accept it or not, is at war with the civilized world. That's a fucking fact. Does that mean every Muslim is? No. But like somebody once said, if you have a bag of 1,000 M&Ms and one of them is cyanide laced, are you going to eat that bag or are you going to throw the whole fucking bag away? So I don't really have a whole lot of time to talk about peaceful Muslims when every fucking day people are blowing up and shit. The peaceful ones don't matter to me because they're not part of the equation. And Israel has a beautiful fucking country, beautiful people, the best looking fucking women on the face of the planet. Just go to YouTube and put in IDF female soldiers. It's the Israeli Defense Force. These fucking women are so beautiful that even in uniform they look hot. That's because they're all mixed and, you know, different various European blood. Beautiful. Beautiful, friendly, nice. Good food. And goddamn it, I'm gonna fucking support Israel till my dying breath. If I was younger, I'd probably go fucking stay there for a few years and fight with them on their side. And it only has to do with what's right. It doesn't have anything to do with my background. Now, you're gonna hear a lot of people talk about occupied territory. That is the only reason they call it occupied territory is because that's what the fucking liberal press feeds you people. You can't occupy what's yours. Now I could go on and on and on, but I just want you to hang on to the first point I made about, just think about that. Who is instigating? Who teaches their children? If you go to what is called Palestine, there's no such thing as Palestine. That's what the fucking, when it was controlled by the United Kingdom, they gave them that term, the Palestinians. There's no Palestinians. But if you go to their fucking cities, on their local television stations, the kids are watching cartoons from a very early age on how to kill Jews. They are just nothing but violent, bloodthirsty cocksuckers. That's all they are. And are they all fucked up? No, I'm not saying that. But they're led by a terrorist organization called Hamas, and you know, other fucking terrorist organizations are the ones that are making these decisions for their people. You know, they're constantly fucking murdering and slaughtering. How can anybody fucking support that? You know, and I'll get all these comments. Well, if they were occupying your land, they're not occupying the land. And here's another thing for you to ponder: with all the Muslim countries out there, why are the Palestinians still called refugees? Have you ever thought of that? They need to have refugees, and they need to be refugees to generate this continued hate against Israel. With all that country that Egypt has, and all the different, all the mass that these countries have that are Muslims, why is it that their rich Saudi Arabia, their Muslim brothers, their brethren, why have they not stepped up and made it so these people aren't refugees? They could build them a utopia right there with all the money they have. They don't do it because the so-called Palestinians are used as a tool, as a weapon, as a propaganda generating machine. That's what's going on. You don't have to fucking like it, but stop living in fantasy land and never forget for one single moment that I support Israel. And if you don't, fuck you. Other than that, it's almost the new year, and I'm gonna wish you a happy new year. LMS Tactical, I'm out.